Yo, what up, it's your boy Stitches. We out here with another video, and today we're gonna be looking at the black suited Spider-Man and Kraven the Hunter 2-pack. So before we get started, let's take a look at the packaging real quick. We got Legends series displayed prominently right here. Then we got the Spider-Man and Kraven, Marvel Spider-Man, looking pretty cool. Here's an image of Kraven. This is artwork by Mike Zeck, by the way. He's the one that did the artwork for Kraven's Last Hunt, the little 5-issue story arc that he did back in the day. So it says, unwittingly banded with an alien symbiote, Spider-Man has the enhanced strength and abilities he needs to take on his deadly enemy, Kraven the Hunter. So here's the other side, looking pretty cool. Spider-Man digging out of his grave. Alright guys, on to the review. So before we get started with the review, as I was opening up the package, I noticed some really cool comic book panels of the Kraven's Last Hunt story arc. And yeah, I really like them a lot. Yeah, this is artwork by Mike Zeck again, so it looks pretty cool. We got Kraven over here. We got black suited Spider-Man. By this time in Spidey's career, he didn't really have the symbiote suit anymore. This was the outfit that Black Cat actually made for him. So it's like a cloth version of the symbiote suit, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that Hasbro's getting down with the artwork of whatever figures they're trying to represent. I think that's really cool on their part. But yeah guys, on to the accessories. So this particular 2-pack doesn't come with a whole lot of accessories, but what he does come with, I think, is sufficient enough for both the characters. But right here we have the beaten up Peter Parker head. Looks pretty cool. He's got a little bit of blood right here, his nose, the side of his cheek, black eye going on right here. You know, I wish Hasbro would redo another Peter Parker and have the little bangs coming down like the way he used to be drawn in the 90s sometimes, or even in the late 80s. But there's that. And then we have a left and a right hand, whipping hand right here, very important. As you can see, this particular black suited Spider-Man doesn't have the little dot in the middle here of his hands because during this period he was rocking the black suit, but it wasn't the alien costume. He had gotten rid of it by then. So Black Cat made him a brand new one out of cloth, so that's why he doesn't have the little dot right there, because he's not producing the webbing naturally like he did with the suit. He's still using his cartridges like he had been doing in the past. Now here's this one right here, fisted hand. Not looking too shabby. And then we have Kraven's spear, which I think looks pretty cool. It's got some beads right here. I don't actually have the other Kraven the Hunter to compare it with. I didn't pick up that particular figure because I didn't like the design for it. I'm really into the old school villains for Spider-Man, and it was just too modern for me, so that's why I never picked it up. I'm really super stoked that that Hasbro did another Kraven again in his classic outfit, so that's pretty cool. So here's the spear right here, looking pretty nice. And last but not least, we have his sniper rifle. The sniper rifle is actually very important in the story arc because Kraven assumes that he defeated Spider-Man, you know, that he killed Spider-Man, so he takes up the mantle of Spider-Man and he starts beating up criminals, you know, thinking he can be a better Spider-Man than Spider-Man himself. And, you know, at the end of the story, he's very disillusioned, you know, with his whole approach to life, and he gets depressed and stuff because he realizes that, you know, killing Spider-Man ain't really a solution. It's not really going to solve any of the problems that are happening in life, and through his depression, he ends up putting the barrel in his mouth and commits suicide. So I'm actually pretty surprised that Hasbro included this. They don't usually like to include weapons like this in their figures. They always like color them purple or pink, or they make them look like they're from the future or something. But I think it's really cool of Hasbro's part to have included this weapon. Definitely a really good homage to the story. All right, guys, on to the figures. So here's both figures out of the packaging, and I'm really liking both figures. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't actually have the other black suited Spider-Man that came in previous Spider-Man waves from before. So for me, this is actually it's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty cool. I really dig it a lot. So here, let's look at Spider-Man first real quick. There he is right here. He's got his white spider. Here's his feet. Here's the back. Alrighty. And then, here we have Kraven the Hunter, which is actually the figure I was most excited for. And he looks pretty spectacular, guys. I really like what Hasbro did with Kraven here. I think he looks really cool. You know, Kraven the Hunter. You know, looks pretty dope. Not gonna lie. I like his little vest here. Looks like he poached some kind of lion, and he wore it on his chest. Oh, look at that. Speaking of his chest, we got some chest hair. I know the previous version didn't have chest hair, so Hasbro's definitely stepping up the game. That's pretty dope. We got his little armbands right here. Looking pretty dope. And then here's the back. We have the lion's mane. Looking pretty badass. I heard people complaining about Kraven's shoes. They preferred him to have boots, but the boy Kraven, he always accessorized kind of funny, you know? He was a very flamboyant character and manly at the same time. So I think the shoes are very fitting. Here's a closer look at the head sculpt, which looks amazing. Look at all that paint and detail on it. Look at his teeth, his yellow looking teeth. Looks like he's been up for days, you know, trying to hunt his prey, Spider-Man. So it's pretty cool. He's got the angry looking eyebrows right here. It's pretty badass. A little bit of hair coming down right here. Not too shabby. You know, I wish Hasbro would have included another head. Maybe a more relaxed head. Because even though I really like this head and some of the images that I've seen of Kraven, even though he's crunching his teeth together, there are somewhere while he's crunching, it looks like he's smiling, like he's got like a smirk going on. But overall, I think it's really cool. I dig it a lot. Alright, guys. On with the articulation. So for the articulation, I'm only going to go through the Kraven the Hunter articulation. I have a feeling that you guys are already pretty familiar with the black suited Spider-Man articulation. Hasbro has used that buck multiple times. You know, we all know that it's the Pizza Spider-Man buck. But yeah, so let's see what Kraven's up to these days. So the man can look up. His head can go round, so that's pretty cool. His arms go all the way up, so that's pretty dope. We have a bicep swivel, so that's pretty kick-ass. He's got double jointed elbows, so that's pretty cool. He can kick up. We got double jointed knees. We got rotation right here, so that's pretty dope. His waist goes round. We have ab articulation. It's not hindered by the coat, so that's pretty cool. We have the feet go up and down. Ankle pivot. We have his hands, which, let me see here. The articulation on this is slightly strange, but they move side to side right here, so that's pretty cool. Let's see this one right here. Goes up and down. So, yeah. Not that bad, guys. Really liking it. Now, on to the final thoughts. So yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I really enjoyed this 2-pack from Target. I think it's really dope. I personally would have preferred Kraven in a single carded by himself, you know, with maybe a couple interchangeable hands and one or two interchangeable heads, or even just one extra head. I think would have been really cool. But I can see why they included Spider-Man, so that they can recreate the that classic story from the late 80s, you know, the Kraven's Last Hunt. So it's definitely a really good 2-pack, and I really enjoy the updated Kraven. I think it looks awesome. I'm really into the classic Spider-Man villains. I really hope they keep doing it. So that's pretty cool. There's a couple characters that I'd like to see a couple updates for, if Hasbro's down for it, of course. Like Tombstone. Don't get me wrong, the Tombstone they released before was pretty dope, but I'd like to see a Tombstone with a pinstripe suit, you know, because there's this issue where that Sal Buscema draws, and it has Tombstone in a pinstripe suit choking Spider-Man from the edge of a beam off a building. So, but yeah, guys, other than that, great 2-pack. Really like it, hands down. Pretty dope, not gonna lie. But remember to stay true in capturing harmonies, independent strategy, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And oh yeah, the Avengers comes out today, guys. Hopefully, if life is good, I could do a spoiler review of it on Saturday, next Saturday, not this coming Saturday. I kind of want to let it sink in so that people can watch it and whatnot. You know, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But yeah, guys, peace, and I'm out.